Welcome, good people of Bills Nation, to more NFL coverage on Snyderman Broadcasting. Week 18 of the NFL season is upon us, but we would like to remind you that on February 28th at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, the NFL Draft will be live on Twitch TV at Snyderman_Inc. Link for that is in the description of this broadcast. But with Week 18 fastly approaching, your Buffalo Bills are gearing up for the playoffs. They are pushing for the number one seed in the AFC. If the Chiefs lose in Denver and your Bills win against the Jets in this matchup here, they will be number one seed in the AFC, but they would like to keep people healthy going into this ball game, which means that Mitch Trubisky is planning to get some snaps here today. The plan is for him to take snaps under center the second half of this ball game. The Bills want to get out to an early lead and then put Trubisky in the game, save Josh Allen and some of their other starters for the playoffs. With that, we take you out to snowy Highmark Stadium here in Buffalo, where Josh Allen and your Buffalo Bills are set to host Zach Wilson and the New York Jets. Wilson was not under center in the first meeting of these two teams. Instead, it was Joe Flacco taking the snaps for the Jets in that game. Sean McDermott has his guys ready to go as your Bills are competing again for that number one seed in the AFC, trying to make the road to the Super Bowl run right here through Highmark Stadium. Tyler Bass gives this thing a boot, and we are underway here in Buffalo. Kick fielded around the 5-yard line, taken out to about the 25. So not much of a return there, and here comes the rookie, Zach Wilson, ready to lead his men into battle. Pretty decent rookie season, 2,500 yards and 21 touchdowns for Zach Wilson. So not bad there at all for young Mr. Wilson, who should have these Jets trending upward in the very near future. That, however, will be a decent gain to start the game. That is Crowder on a 7-yard run, moving the Jets forward. 2nd and 3 now, ball at the 32. That'll be Ty Johnson getting the handoff, taking the ball about to the 49-yard line. It's hard to see in the snow. That is a 15-yard gain for Ty Johnson. So the Jets have this ball moving here early. So good first couple plays here for the Jets as they are moving the chains. Johnson almost got away from Micah Hyde there. Hyde lucky to make the tackle there right around midfield. Ball on the Bills' 44. It is 3rd and 2. Wilson going to hand the ball off to Johnson again, and Johnson will be stuffed by who else but Hughes. Hughes has been huge on this defensive line. They've really loved the production they've gotten from him these 18 games. He's a big reason why these Bills are pushing for that number one seed. And here comes Josh Allen. That third down stop will lead to a Jets punt. Just over 4,000 yards on the season for Allen. And of course, 38 touchdowns, 19 interceptions on the year for Josh, which we would like to see that get cleared up next year. Handoff Singletary to start the Bills' drive. Singletary jukes out a defender. Doesn't get much after the juke. Call it a modest gain of about 7, which you will take every single play if possible. Allen now is going to drop back, and he's going to scramble. He's going to pick up the first. You would have liked to seen him slide there. Allen taking an unnecessary shot. He is okay. Gets 16 yards and the first down. Brings up 1st and goal Buffalo, but I don't know if Allen just... I looked like he was about to slide there, and the defender just took him down anyway. So I don't know if Allen really had the time to give himself up. It was hard to tell. Either way, you would like to see your franchise quarterback not take too many hits like that. Allen now going to drop back. He's going to throw in the middle of 3 defenders and find Stephon Diggs. Make that 4 defenders. There were 4 Jets in the general vicinity and Diggs, and Allen just finds the smallest window. 4 defenders around Stephon Diggs, and Diggs still hauls it in for the touchdown, putting the Bills up early, as Zach Wilson now has to pull the Jets out of hole. The Jets trying to make sure that your Bills don't go into the playoffs, the number 1 seed. That's really their role here today, is just be the playoff spoiler. And that's not going to do it, as Ty Johnson is taken down in the backfield by Klein. Klein's not a linebacker we've talked about very much this season, but he has been pretty good in the games that we have called. He doesn't get on the field a whole lot, but comes up with a big stop there. Nonetheless, the Jets are driving, and it is 2nd and goal, and Perrin is going to scamper right into the end zone, tying this ball game, making himself a snow angel there, apparently, as Buffalo is disappointed, to say the least, with that defensive stand. But touchdown for each team. Perrin, good score. Tie ball game here in Buffalo. Not what you want if you are the Bills and wanting some of your starters to get the second half off. That is the plan. McKenzie now going to take this ball out of the end zone. Juka defender, he's going to get out to about the 32 on that return. So big return there. 34 yards by the end of it. Will end the first quarter. Buffalo will start the second quarter here with great field position. Few plays were able to happen at the end of the first quarter there. Buffalo started at about the 45-yard line. Allen is going to find Beasley for a big gain, putting us into Jets territory. Ball at the Jets 37. Beasley with yet another reception on this campaign. Great connection between him and Allen. Allen is going to roll out. He is going to find Diggs in the back of the end zone, and Diggs just got away from a defender there. Not as risky a pass as last time. Diggs just finds himself alone in the back of the end zone for yet another touchdown for the Bills, as Allen just rolls out, finds him, and yeah, Diggs just got away from the defender. They just lost him. So that'll be a touchdown. Buffalo puts them up 14-7 here in the second quarter. As Ty Johnson, there you see his numbers here in the second quarter. 8 rushes for 41 yards so far today. So pretty good day all told for Mr. Johnson. As Wilson, he is going to find his receiver Johnson in the flat. And this is going to be a huge 85-yard touchdown. And excuse me, that is a touchdown to Cole. Big 85-yard touchdown to Cole, and there was just no defense. Watch this. Wilson, no pressure. Cole slips. I believe that looked like Wallace that he slipped. Poyer was right there on his heels, just wasn't fast enough. And that's going to be a big reception that puts the Jets back at a tie score. So again, if you're the Bills, you hate to see those kind of plays because you're trying to get a rest before you host a playoff game next week. If Kansas City doesn't beat, or if Kansas City beats Denver, rather, in this Sunday night matchup. It's 1st and goal now. Ball at the 3. Josh Allen leading his team down the field, and he's going to fake the handoff and quickly find Beasley in the back of the end zone, quickly putting Buffalo back in the lead, make it 20-14. Tyler Bass's extra point on this will make it 21-14 for Buffalo, but there you see, fake handoff, quick connection to Beasley. Defender just lost him. Wasn't even really looking at the ball, and Beasley just gets the touchdown there. So Wilson now hoping to replicate last drive where it was really just 1 or 2 plays, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Hoping to take advantage of this Bills D, but that's not the way you're going to do it, as Johnson is stuffed on that early run. 2nd and 3 now. Ball at the Buffalo 26. Wilson under center. Wilson has a man in motion. He's going to go into play action, find Johnson out in the flat. Johnson is now going to be brought down for a first down here. Wilson's going to roll out, and he is going to find his way into the end zone, tying this ball game yet again. So Wilson, after the big connection to Johnson in the flat, is going to tie the game, and this is not how Buffalo envisioned this game going, as it's just been back and forth between them and the Jets all day long. Johnson going in for a score, 21-21, here at the end of the first half, as McKenzie jukes out defenders. He breaks a tackle, almost breaks another tackle, takes the ball out to about the 38. So McKenzie having a big day returning the football today. Love to see that. He hasn't really had a lot going on for him so far this season. There you see Allen's numbers on last drive. Perfect drive, 4 for 4, 60 yards. Allen is going to drop back. He's going to throw back across field for nothing. He was looking for Diggs. He had Sanders on the other side right in front of him. It looked like he just had to throw that ball. Made the wrong choice, tried to go to Diggs, asked for a little too much. Allen's going to scramble again, and he's going to lose the football. Jets are going to pick it up here at the end of the second quarter. Allen fumbles the football, big mistake, and that will lead to a Jets drive at the end of the half, which is going to lead on the field goal unit. Kick up, almost blocked, but it is good. So we go into halftime with the score 24-21. New York with a 3-point lead. Kind of surprising. And if you're Buffalo, do you go back with your plan? Do you actually give Trubisky the second half? Around the NFL now, another AFC East action. The Patriots lead the Dolphins down in Miami 14-7 just at the end of the first half in that game. If we travel upward to Philadelphia, the Cowboys are leading by 10 in Philly, 17-7. Dak looking really good in that game, and Zeke with 2 touchdowns on the day. Heading over to Detroit, where the Lions are stunning the Green Bay Packers right before halftime, 17-10 right now. Rodgers with a touchdown in that game, in some NFC North action there. But we are back here for more second half action as McKenzie takes this return out to, call it, the 26. So not the returns that he's been having today, although not bad. And here comes Josh Allen, who has been really good so far today. Couple of touchdowns on the day, looking like we're having some technical difficulties in the truck there. Sorry about that. But all in all, pretty good day for Josh Allen, who's back under center. 1st and 10, ball at the 26. Singletary gets the run. Gets one, but Allen will have the Bills moving. 2nd and 3 now on the Jets' 10-yard line. So the Bills are knocking on the door, trying to take this lead back. They had a lead for most of the first half, and then the Jets were able to get that field goal right at the end, right before halftime. Allen finds Knox, and Knox is going to bulldoze his way into the end zone for a touchdown. That'll be his 10th touchdown on the season, for Knox, rather. Knox has become more involved in the offense. He's wanting to get some more touches. The Bills would love to see him elevate to the status of a George Kittle or a Travis Kelce. Right now, Knox is not at that level, but he could get there if Allen is able to start getting him the ball more. Wilson now going to hand the ball off to Johnson. Johnson doesn't get much. Call it about 2 as he tried to take that run to the outside. Doesn't get there. 2nd and 14. Wilson going to avoid pressure. Get that ball out to about the 44 is where that'll end up. Wilson has his men moving. It is now 3rd and 8. And this 3rd down pass is going to be incomplete for the Jets. And so they will have to punt it away from their own 44. And, oh, that is a great punt. Great punt is going to put the Bills at the 5-yard line to start the drive. So, yeah, if you're New York, you're disappointed that you didn't get the conversion on 3rd and 8, but Bills penned back deep in their own territory as Allen hands the ball off to Singletary. Singletary will take it to about the 10, call it the 9.5, to lead to 2nd and 7 for the Bills. A little modest gain on 2nd down makes it 3rd and 3. Allen with a risky call on the screen deep in his own territory pays off as Singletary gets the first, takes the ball out to about the 21, 22-yard line. 1st and 10, Buffalo. And that was a big, gutsy call by the Bills. That could have very easily been a safety, but instead the chains are moving as Allen backpedaled away from pressure there on the screen, finds Singletary, and gets the 1st down. And those Bills have the ball moving. As Allen rolls out, he's going to take a sack, and he's going to fumble yet again. That's the 2nd fumble on the day, and this one is going to be even more costly than the first as the Jets put 6 on the board with the scoop and the score. So Jets back in the lead 30-28 now as they just scoop it up, score the touchdown on the 2nd Josh Allen fumble today. So these conditions make the ball harder to grip, tougher to hold on to, and Allen has fumbled twice, lost both, and both have led to points for the New York Jets. 31-28 here late in the 3rd quarter for the Jets. As Allen now out of the gun, Allen's going to roll to his left. He's going to look for it, and he's going to find Beasley. Nobody in front of him. He's going down the sideline, and he is going to score on the big touchdown pass. So Allen finds Beasley for Beasley's 10th touchdown on the season. That is a way to bounce back from the fumble. Allen showing great poise in the pocket there as he's just going to roll out ever so slightly, find Beasley, and there was just nobody around him. I believe the Jets had a linebacker covering Beasley there looking at the replay. So the Bills just taking advantage of the mismatch there. And that'll end the 3rd quarter as it is now 35-31 Buffalo. And that'll take us into the last quarter. Wilson now out of the gun, and Wilson's going to go down. That is Epinesa with a sack to start the 4th quarter, and that is a 3rd down sack, bringing up 4th and 11. So the Bills are very quickly going to get the ball back here in this 4th quarter, but Epinesa, another one that doesn't get a lot of playing time, but he has had his name called a few times in this season for Buffalo, so maybe look for Epinesa to become more involved next season. Nothing doing there on the return for McKenzie, although he has had a pretty good day returning the football, and it is now time. It is the Mitchell Trubisky show here in the 4th quarter for Buffalo. As Trubisky's just going to hand the ball off to Moss there on his first opportunity to play here in the game. 3rd and 2 now, ball at the 46. Trubisky under center. Play action to Moss. Trubisky looking for and finding Gabriel Davis in between the hashes. Big gain there for Davis, and that'll be a Bills 1st down. Call it 27 yards on the reception for Gabriel Davis, who has, as this season has gotten older, has aged more. Davis has become more involved in the passing game for the Buffalo Bills, and Trubisky who is competing for a starting job somewhere, has the Bills moving, and he's going to find Davis in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. So Trubisky, as we've talked about earlier this season, he's going to be looking for a position somewhere next season. I don't think it's going to be here in Buffalo. I don't think Trubisky wants to sit on the sideline as Josh Allen's backup. So good luck to you, Mitchell, but glad for the points while you are here in Week 18, as Zach Wilson now comes back out and attempts to get the Jets a little bit closer here as the fourth quarter winds down, and he's going to find Croft for the first down. 201 yards on the day for Zach Wilson. Pretty good day all told. There you see Greg Rousseau on the edge. Quiet day from him today. And that'll be a pass deflection on third down. So nothing doing there. And that'll lead to a Bills turnover on downs as Levi Wallace knocked that down. Greg Rousseau, been a really good addition to this Buffalo Bills defense this year. He is probably going to win AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year. I would be very surprised if he didn't. In the meantime, Trubisky is going to find Sweeney in the middle of the field for yet another Bills touchdown, and that'll be Sweeney's first TD on the day. Sweeney's another one who's been a little bit involved in the offense. Certainly not the number one option, but certainly not a bad option for Trubisky and for Josh Allen this year. The Bills are going to score, and that'll do it here in Buffalo as the Bills come into Highmark Stadium and handle their business. So now, if you are a fan of the Buffalo Bills, you are now a fan of the Denver Broncos. You are going to be cheering on the Broncos as they host Kansas City this Sunday night with a Kansas City loss. Your Buffalo Bills are going to be the number one seed in the AFC, and the AFC playoffs will run through Buffalo. You would have to come into Buffalo and beat the Bills if you wanted a shot at the Super Bowl. Around this Week 18 matchup, the Cowboys just handle the Philadelphia Eagles in a matchup of AFC East rivals. In the meantime, the Lions destroy the Packers there in Detroit. The Cinderella story that is the Jacksonville Jaguars, they come out with a big victory, 31-6 in that game. The New York Giants, the G-Men, beat the Washington football team 33-21 in that game. The Bears go into Minnesota and beat the Vikings 48-13. Bears a playoff team this year. The Tampa Bay Bradyneers are going to handle their business against the Panthers 55-21. New England goes down to Miami and wins 27-21. The Saints lose to the Falcons in Atlanta 50-43 in a game that had no defense at all. Houston is going to upset Tennessee here in Week 18 as the Texans win 17-10 in that ball game. The Steelers beat the Baltimore Ravens 34-21 in that game. And of course, your Buffalo Bills are going to handle the New York Jets 48-38 is the final here in Buffalo. Cleveland is going to beat the Bengals right before playoff time, 37-31. The Raiders, also a playoff team, are going to beat the Chargers, 37-24. San Francisco goes into LA and they beat the Rams, 26-21 in that ball game. And sorry, Buffalo fans, but you are the number 2 seed as Kansas City goes into Denver and wins 37-30. Meanwhile, out in Arizona, the Cardinals beat the Seahawks 31-7. So this is your playoff picture. Playoffs run through Dallas and they run through Kansas City as Dallas gets the number 1 seed in the NFC. Your Bills are going to host the Baltimore Ravens at Highmark Stadium next week in wild card matchup. Elsewhere, the Bengals are going to host the Raiders, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to welcome the Cleveland Browns into Jacksonville. Meanwhile, on the NFC side of the ball, as we said, the playoffs run through Dallas as the Cowboys in Week 18 are going to take the number 1 seed from the Cardinals. Cardinals will host the G-Men. The Giants go to Phoenix next week for wild card action. The Bucks are going to host the Bears, and the Packers are going to welcome the Rams into Lambeau Field. So great wild card games there. But after the playoffs, February 28th, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, join us right here on Snyderman Broadcasting for live coverage of the NFL Draft. You can catch that live broadcast on Twitch at twitch.tv/Snyderman_Inc. Don't miss a round of the NFL Draft. Don't miss a move of the Bills offseason on February 28th, starting at 9 a.m. Mountain Time over on Twitch. And don't miss a second of playoff action here on Snyderman Broadcasting. See you right back here next week for more Bills football as we have wild card action against the Baltimore Ravens. Be good. Level up. Goodbye, Bills Nation.